good afternoon, most likely good evening. How y'all doing today? Now, y'all done hit y'all boy with the Ja Rule and Bobby Brown. That's how you did your boy on the last post. I was just trying to update because I wasn't trying to hit y'all with the Corey Kenshin, but shoot, there ain't no big thing. I'll just hit y'all with the Corey Kenshin. Hey man, I'll get back when I get back. But we're gonna go ahead and get it started today.
And then this ass goes. So why would you post that on? Why would you not try to call me that name in person? But then you run to Reddit like a bitch.
So like, I don't understand. So like, are you inviting confrontation, or are you just? So are you wanting people to approach you to try to push your buttons? I'm not really sure. I'm not sure on what you're requesting here. It's sounding like you asking them to Johnny Somali troll you. That's what it sounds like you're asking for. And I don't think you should do that.
Why didn't you just call me that fugazi ass name IRL? Why hide like say your friends see me at Target, but then gonna address me as something I don't go by?
That's called freedom of speech. People can call you whatever they want. At the end of the day, I mean, what difference does that make? People gonna call you whatever they want to call you. What you gonna try to punk the world and fight the world for calling you something different?
You see how these niggas are IRL? Then nigga labeled that we seen and then say a pussy ass name I don't go by at Target.
Those of you that really are so fascinated with my government name, yes, my government name is Dale Wilson. My government name is Dale Wilson.
I'm letting you know right now, you see me, if you catch me at a tournament, anything, you call me Dale, I'm gonna offer you the fade.
Stop the cap.
That man ain't about to fight nobody.
Extra blurry ass footage, you guys hiding around like a bitch. You should have called me that IRL.
Man, that is so corny. It does not take that much longer to say in real life. Stop using acronyms from the internet in real life, man. Y'all gotta detach, unplug. And the reason why I'm saying this, there's nothing wrong with acronyms, but acronyms are usually designated for long words, not short words. For example, like USPS, United States Postal Service. When you in a conversation, you ain't trying to derail the conversation from saying that long ass title. You know what I'm saying? But yet FedEx is different because the way the words are set up. So when they're long, that's what an acronym is used for properly. You don't use acronyms for words that have like one or two syllables. That don't make no sense, man. Come on now.
Why hide and then go on Reddit and call me that? Because you knew a fade would have been in order.
Okay, so let me get this straight, mentally untouchable. You will fight somebody over a name in public, but you won't go onto an Aiden Ross stream to make money on a boxing card? You said you're about your bag, right? Anytime you engage in a conflict or you engage in Mortal Kombat, it is a dangerous situation, especially when there's no referee, no rules, no nothing. You'll do this. Like, listen to what I'm saying. You'll do this over somebody using a name, but you won't go do it for a bag and millions of views? Alright, bro. You wonder why. You wonder why financially you ain't where you want to be. Like, alright, bro.
I don't know. I'm trying to look at it to see if it was me or not. Yeah, I don't know who that name is. I don't know why you niggas calling me that. But let's see the pics. Alright, so you see me at Target was too. Look how far you are, like a little bit. I'm gonna really start watching my surroundings.
Now, from what I'm understanding, from what I saw, is that they were there at random. Now, if they was following you around, that'd be a little different. I mean, really, you shouldn't be taking pictures of people. But at the end of the day, you're an internet personality. You're on the internet. So this behavior is to be expected. But even then, like, what do you expect? You expect them to walk up to you and take a picture of you in your face? Like, I see, like, either way it goes, the circumstance is still weird. There's no not weird situation to this at all. And you predominantly make content for kids, like you say, because you capture the youth. So, I mean, what kind of behavior are you expecting from the type of audience that you're cultivating? Like, come on now, it's common sense.
Because they're NPCs to me in the first place. But I'm gonna really start watching my surroundings. Anything I see being weird, it's a dub for you, bro.
Let's just go off of that theory, right? Let's just use your logic. Anybody you seeing being weird, you know how many people just look weird in general of what they're doing? People look like they're always doing something weird. So you telling me that you just gonna be on your guard for everybody, everybody surrounding you, and then you're gonna basically be nervous. You're gonna be paranoid. Yeah, that's the move. Be paranoid about your surroundings, At the end of the day, bro, if you that paranoid, don't go outside. Get your stuff shipped to you. Cause I'm gonna tell you what, that ain't gonna play out in your favor how you thinking it will. And even then, bro, you ain't about that life. You don't have that kind of energy about you. Cause if you truly had that kind of energy, you'd already be locked up, and you're not. So let's go ahead and cut that out.
I'm gonna approach you.
No, you're not.
That means you was terrified when you see me IRL. You was so much of a bitch that you stood all the way back and zoomed in like a pussy and then ran to Reddit like a bitch. That means you was terrified, bro.
Bro, you're not about to guilt nobody into walking up on you being weird. That's just not gonna happen. If somebody gonna do something weird, they're gonna do something weird from a distance. Like it doesn't matter who it is. When people are doing weird things, because in the end, this is weird. Taking pictures of somebody not knowing you taking a picture of them is weird. There's no way around it, regardless who they are. It's weirdo behavior. But to sit here and say, "Oh, why don't you do this?" and then if I catch you, bro, you're not doing none of that. It's just like, you're not gonna do none of that, bro. You done ducked every fade that ever invited itself to you. You won't even box for money with Aiden Ross. How are you coming off with a persona to be so tough and you're not even willing to put on gloves and fight for money? Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? Ain't you too old for this?
Are you exactly? You hide behind your grandma, bro. Why didn't you pull up IRL and say that to me in person? Why don't you niggas address me IRL and call me this? Let's have a conversation. It might not even resort to violence. Let's just have a conversation IRL.
We know it ain't gonna resort to violence. Bro, you need to be, this boy be ducking phase like he need to duck and block moves on the darn game, bro. You do more ducking in real life and dodging in real life than you do on the game where you supposed to be good at. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and cut all that out. All that, or there may be violence, but there's not gonna be any violence. I don't know who you think some of these people are on the internet who you think you're talking to. That ain't who you think you're talking to. I'm gonna just go ahead and clarify that right now. That these people, you may think this, but sometimes people don't walk up on you for your safety, because if you try them, it may not wind up the way you thinking it's gonna go.
You seen that person and was trembling, terrified. That's why you hid like a little bitch.
Mentally untouchable, y'all. A photo now. Mentally untouchable. Now, if this was a photo of your car, this was a photo where you live, and this was a photo of somebody spying on you inside your house, I feel I could be with you on that. Be like, yeah, bro, that's out of pocket, bro. Stop doing that. Stop doing weird stuff. Stop stalking people. I can say that. But just at a random occurrence that you happen to be there and them taking that picture, bro, come on now. You're doing too much. Like, why would you even choose to be an internet personality when you know that's a part of the territory? That's the dumbest thing in the world. You want to have a celebrity status, but then you complain about it when people act as if you have somewhat of a celebrity status, whether it's trying to find out information on you or what. That's what you signed up for with that whole faux celebrity thing.
Look at this nigga was definitely with his grandma. I can't even see this full. Short ass Snapchat 2013 ass goddamn video. This nigga said the FaceTime was blah blah blah, but my friend just mentioned and he was with a girl. Like, what would I be with a nigga? I asked if the girl looked young or not. This nigga, bitch, like, bro, you niggas really trying to force that fake ass narrative.
Well, that'll be it for that. I was just curious to see what was going on as of late. Now, we got some more info to cover.
I'm in the spot, just me and the hitter.
Aim, now she get a buff? And you know what? She always gonna have the buff because this is almost in 90-something% of games. The pick rate on Wanda is going through the roof.
I mean, technically, they already were picking Wanda like crazy, so I mean, it really wasn't gonna change much on that.
Get the out of here.
With a new mind-bending magical.
I don't know about that.
Captain America's unwavering courage and unbreakable camaraderie inspire Winter Soldier to leap towards allies at critical moments.
Wait. What is he saying again? Hold up.
Soldier to leap towards allies at critical.
So when Bucky plays with Cap, and I always thought it was funny they didn't have a team up. It makes sense that they do have a team up. So when he plays with Cap, he gets a ground pound. That's a buff.
Moments, and dish out a relentless counterattack.
Interesting. So he did get a buff. That's annoying.
In our quest to keep the tactical
Nerf is alt.
landscape sharp,
Yeah, that whole again wipe a whole team out. Nah, bro, you gotta, yeah, you do need to do something about that. That ain't, nah.
and prevent any one hero from being in an overabundance of team-up abilities, or total the number of team-ups from ballooning too quickly. We are streamlining some of our existing ones, including removing some team-up abilities altogether, and removing or adding members. Here's what's changing. Metallic Chaos and Voltaic Union will be completely removed.
Hold on, let me look at this shit again. I respect the fact that they're trying things. I'll give them that. I respect that.
From the game.
Okay. Ammo Overload, Dimensional Shortcut, Chilling Charisma, Gamma Charge is the same thing. Wait, what was the first one? Metallic Chaos, the same thing. Voltaic Union, same thing. Dimensional Shortcut.
Be completely removed from the game. Psylocke will be removed from Dimensional Shortcut. Winter Soldier will no longer be part of Ammo Overload. Namor
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that fool did need to be taken up off of her, cause that, nah, fool. Like, nah, I get Punisher, cause you gotta really lay into people with his ammo, but Winter Soldier, fool, he don't really gotta shoot you that many times to do a lot of damage.
is
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Fuck Rocket and fuck Bucky. Bitch ass Rockets, pick a different character.
being removed from sharing charisma. Doctor Strange is
Wait, what was moved from Chilling Charisma? Namor!
being removed from sharing.
Why? Oh my god, bro. This is gonna embolden Spider-Man players. They nerfed Namor. So he's not gonna get his third turret.
A brick from Dr. Eggman.
This means this and Spider-Man are about to be fucking demons in season 2. Cause you need that third turret against these backline ass characters. Oh my god. Psylocke too.
Well, not necessarily. If everybody play their position like they supposed to and pick correctly, you can. It's pretty easy to get around it without them turrets. But the only problem is people want to keep playing roles either because they just want to play them, they're not good at them, or they the easiest roles. But there's plenty of heroes on here that can stop them from doing that.
Her too. All the backline characters are getting buffs basically.
Charisma. Doctor Strange is stepping back.
I don't like
from
that.
Gamma Charge, while Namor will be joining the party, complete
Wait, nigga, what? We getting Gamma water beams.
with the ability to summon Gamma supercharged monster spawns.
Oh, this nigga getting a buff. Okay. All right. We getting some Gamma turrets. Okay.
Okay, that'll work.
We'll take it. Okay. Never mind. I stand. My bad, developers. My bad. I was about to get really mad, bro. That was about to make me quit the game. I do not want to deal with that. So I'll take the Gamma turrets. We'll take the Gamma turrets, bro. They changed it basically. Hopefully it's good. We gotta see how it plays in practice.
I'm sure it's gonna be about the same. I just got it. Like they got it to where they just want to mix up the picks to where people won't keep picking that like that.
As season
Oh,
1.5
shit.
comes to a close, our analysis backed by community feedback, epic battles from top-tier players, and hard data reveals that our roster and
Yeah, I apologize. I jumped the gun.
remain dynamic and diverse. Consider the strength of Shields combined with the mighty duo of Groot and the Thing in the triple Vanguard lineup. With Magneto's damage and up, this setup gains increased initiative on flanks and enhanced pressure capabilities. Moreover, a pair of control-driven ultimates abilities synergizing with Magneto's out against standard double strategies lineups.
That was one of my biggest conflicts as far as the strategists and all of that and all that healing. I'm like, bro, you can't out heal damage. There needs to be more consequences for getting hit, and healing needs to have more accuracy. Like you should not be able to just heal like that without actually landing heals. Like there needs to either be a move that heals to where it has a cooldown, or you have to actually land your heals on who's getting attacked. And even then, them heals shouldn't be able to negate so much damage to where you can't wipe out a character.
I like that. You hear that? All you healers that got carried the Grandmaster Celestial, they said you're gonna need to learn a new trick. You one trick Jeff players, they said you will not be getting carried this season.
One of the biggest issues is the fact of how something would work and people would mess around and change and make you lose. Or if you losing, they don't change and just leave it the way it is and not mix it up and not be able to use nobody else. Like, that was another big problem.
And securing a pick.
April 11th, season 2 drops.
Then there's the dynamic pairing of Groot and Winter Soldier, where
what?
every move counts. Whether Winter Soldier's mechanical arm rails enforced for Groot's rapid wall barricade to cut off enemy vision and healing.
Yeah, that'll give people more incentive to pick Groot, because Groot will be good up to a certain point, but then he was basically rendered useless in the much later ranks. So that's good for Groot. So that at least give him some kind of incentive to still go and pick him. And really, it's not that he wasn't good or couldn't be good, but they're not going to be. A lot of times people are just picking a win. Like they're not picking to mix nothing up. It's like whatever is the most optimal, they're gonna pick that to get a victory.
Effective. Not to mention our classic pairings, Hela and Loki, Adam Warlock and Star-Lord Mantis, and Hawk and Doctor Strange, each of which continues to prove their competitive might. This is exactly the kind of diverse and dynamic roster we love to see, and we are committed to preserving each hero's unique flavor and potential.
Balance roadmap, season 2, season 2.5.
Next, let's talk about some of the adjustments coming in season 2. We are aware that some heroes have been struggling to find their place in the broader battlefield.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I want to get into where everybody's getting picked, where there's an incentive to pick more than 4 characters, 5 characters. Because it got to a point to where when you get to certain ranks, it's just mandatory. You're gonna automatically see these same 5 or 6 people. Like, no matter what, they will be in your match. Like, there's just no way around it, and that's not good. But I'm glad they're working on it. That's showing effort.
Such as Penny Parker, Scarlet Witch, Mr. Fantastic, Black Widow, Rocket Raccoon, and the lovable Jeff the Land Shark. To bring more
accurate
balance and endless tactical possibilities, we will be fine-tuning their strengths via team-up abilities or general balance adjustments. Note that these rebalances demand time for proper calibration, so you will see updates rolling out in both Season 2.0 and Season 2.5.
Basically seeing what breaks the game at higher ranks, basically.
Now, let's talk about some of the adjustments coming in Season 2.0. For Vanguards, Penny Parker will receive a buff, while Captain America, now a new team-up anchor, steps up his competitive edge. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange will see a slight nerf to his offensive power.
Yeah, that needed to happen, because he's doing too much. His shield comes back too fast, and he's doing way too much damage to be a Vanguard, and to be able to do all that, like map traveling. He has a projectile. He has an energy burst. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, that needed to happen, and that was one of the specific reasons as to why I was like, some of them other heroes weren't getting picked because of stuff like that. When you got a hero that can do all that, projectiles, got a shield, got buffs, can jump around the map, why would you pick anybody else? You know what I'm saying? Why would you?
And hey, leave that nigga alone. I ain't gonna hold you. Don't get me wrong. When season 0, I did feel like he was like a step above it. He was like a little OP. But I feel like they brought him back down to earth like season 1. Like, he was good, but he wasn't like, leave this nigga alone, bro. He's fine.
Set by improved survivability. For the duelists, expect Scarlet Witch and Winter Soldier to debut brand new aggressive team-up abilities, accompanied by buffs to heroes like Mr.
Oh god. Oh god.
I had to see it for the mix-up. I'd have to see it, because we gonna see. Because again, the team-ups don't just automatically mean it's gonna go hard, but we'll see how it go first. I'm gonna play it, and then as we playing it, we gonna see how it do.
Don't get me wrong, Mr. Fantastic needed a buff. He sucks.
Man, I don't know what Mr. Fantastic you was playing, but the ones that I seen, the ones I played most of the time were completely unkillable. Like, no matter what we did, we could not get this fool off the screen, even when it was 4 to 5 people attacking him. Nah, no, he don't. But I'm gonna be fair. I hadn't played it for a while, maybe like two months or so. So maybe he did become sorry, or maybe there was something else they came up with him that I didn't see. But I know when I left off the game, that fool, dude, he was doing all this damage and was like super unkillable. Like that's what I remember.
But Moon Knight players got a buff. First of all, he's already one of the best DPS in the right hands.
Nah, yeah, he didn't need no buff. Moon Knight don't need no buff. He don't even have to hit you. He got that bouncing damage. He got that ult that pretty much insta wipe you. Nah, he didn't need no more damage.
The unfortunate thing is most of y'all are idiots that play him. But that's my issue with him getting buff. It's going to embolden you idiots even more. The moon. You mean to tell me I don't need to aim and I'm doing even more damage? This is 2 buffs in a row.
That's one other thing that I say though. That's one of the biggest things I don't like is things where you don't really have to hit people, or like the automatic hits. I just really do not agree with that. I really don't. Like if they could fix that some, like I get it if you don't want to make it just like Call of Duty status, like hardcore, you have to hit your enemy, but just all that proximity hit doing a crazy amount of damage, I just can't agree with that.
This nigga need to see the sun, not the moon.
And Moon Knight. Finally,
I'm about to start playing Moon Knight.
We are set to enhance Rocket Raccoon's team utility.
Thank
At
God.
the same time, to prevent battles from dragging on courtesy of Loki's regeneration domain and Adam Warlock's zone bond, we will implement modest nerf to keep the fight fast, furious, and fundamentally fun.
Translation: we want to focus more on rewarding people for proper positioning, a good aim, and teamwork. That has been one of my biggest issues with this game.
Facts. Like I said before, one of the biggest factors that would ruin this game is the people on the game. It's the team. People not playing as a team. I've lost so many matches because I've had a team where we were doing really well and they get cocky and arrogant and all y'all lead us on to go fight somebody way somewhere else. I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to have them keep, doing a rolling deaths. But the thing is, if you leave this zone, eventually 3 to 4 of them will get over here. And most of the time, the ones that left are either the vanguards, or somebody who needed to be back with the team. So when you're not there, we lose the zone and then we lose the game. And that happens far too often.
You f***ing healers, you is gonna be stuck in bronze. Shout out to the good healers, but it's a lot of healer inflation on these servers. It's a lot of healer inflation.
Facts, especially because it doesn't take any skill to heal most of the time. Like I said, that healing need to be changed to a whole lot like Smite, where your basic don't heal. You got a healing move and it got a cooldown on it to make you play the character. Or the heal just needs to do less, to where there is still consequence for playing reckless, to where you can't just get instantly healed all fast with a few moves, a few ticks to give you 100% health. Nah, bro.
You better get better. Learn a new character.
Keep your eyes peeled for our upcoming balance update announcement, where we will dive even deeper.
That would frustrate the out of me. It be games where I drop a 50 bomb, wipe the whole team out. These niggas come right back. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, bro. It was that 10-second respawn. Like, there needs to be a cumulative punishment for every time you take a death. Like I was saying, I keep bringing up Smite. When you would lose, especially at a certain level, you was down for like a minute, like 45, 50 seconds. On here, if you keep dying, you should be down, okay, 10 seconds. If you die, your deaths should start making you have to respawn longer, to the point to where you coming back after 30, 40 seconds, because it was too many games. We would be wrecking them, and these fools will still be back and stopping the zone. I'm like, how was there always somebody back? I'm like, nah, bro, there needs to be far more punishment for taking deaths and not, because he's right, them stats didn't make any sense. You'll sit there and dominate them in stats, but somehow you still lose, and it doesn't. And I get what you're saying. Well, maybe they didn't. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, bro, you can't double the kills from the other team and damage, but still lose. That don't even make any sense. And out healed everybody on their team. Like, what kind of sense does that make? And that's a part of why some of my squad quit too, because it was like, bro, like I said, it was issues that I had with it, and I couldn't pinpoint exactly what all the issues were, but it just didn't make any sense. Like, a lot of the stuff happening on there didn't make any sense. But like I said, with them putting in effort to try to fix it, I'm willing to come back and try it and give it a chance again, because they're trying. That's my biggest thing. They're putting in an effort, so I can't be mad at that.
bruh. Stop rewarding these niggas. They getting outplayed. Put the cooler on 1 minute. They deserve to lose.
Facts. Can't disagree with that. Especially playing reckless. Like you mess around and catch 5 deaths or something like that, and you start respawning after 30, 40 seconds, I guarantee you it'll change the whole trajectory of the game. It'll change the way the whole game is played. Like that simple and that quick.
Into these changes.
Can't play much better.
5 hero pick rates and win rates are also set to be reviewed shortly.
Ranked adjustments, rank ascent, map rotation.
When Season 2.0 launches, we are shaking up competitive play by resetting rank. Based on your Season 1.5 standings, each player will drop 9 divisions.
We need that. We need that. I'm okay with that.
If you ended Season 1.5 at Diamond 1, you will start your Season 2.0
I'm going back to silver, chat. I'm going back to silver.
Coinciding with the season update and with the increase in maps, we will be rotating maps to keep the battlegrounds fresh. For Season 2.0, Hellfire Gala Crocodile,
Which means because they're resetting the ranks. If Diamond is going back to silver, that means most people are going back to bronze. I'm not going to lie. The first couple weeks of Season 2 is going to be hell on earth for some people, man. It's going to be hell. It's going to be a very large talent pool in them bronze servers.
Not necessarily, because them ranks didn't make any sense. A lot of diamonds even play like bronzes. A lot of people got carried. So in my opinion, it really ain't gonna make that much of a difference because there was really no difference outside of Celestial. Like if you basically top of the Grandmaster to Celestial are the only defining factors, and they ain't even gonna be in bronze that long or silver or whatever they're in that long, because honestly in my opinion a lot of diamonds are bronzes. Like we just gonna keep it real. So nah, it ain't gonna make that big of a difference, especially with a lot of these carrier mechanics sort of getting nerfed. And like I said it before, if you cannot effectively play at least 3 to 4 heroes, you're bronze. There should be no reason why you can pick one character and be able to level all the way up. That's not even, that shouldn't even be possible. You get what I'm saying? Like there should never be a time that you can be considered top 10% of a game and you cannot play more than one character. That's not how that works. You good with that character, you're top with that character, but that doesn't mean you belong in that rank. Because if you can't pick that character, what you gonna do? You gonna play like a bronze. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all niggas, good luck.
will enter the competitive pool, while Yaska Royal Palace and Tokyo 2099 Shun Shibuya will be retired from ranked play. Tournaments will use the same map rotation as the
Gonna separate the real from the fake. Now that's real.
match, and custom games will still feature every map, no rotation there.
Every map. Competitive enhancements.
We've listened to your feedback about competitive play,
That's what I like to hear, you listening. I rock with that. I rock with that.
and here's how we are leveling up the experience. First, we are raising the minimum level requirement for competitive to give new players more time to truly master the basics before stepping up to the leagues. Also,
I like that.
and ban will now come into play starting from Gold 3
What?
rather than Diamond.
Yes, sir. The fraud alert. Fraud alert's up heavy now. Yeah, I like that.
Did I hear that right? We doing band picks and gold?
Basics before stepping up to the big leagues. Also, pick and ban will now come into play starting from Gold 3 rather than Diamond tier.
Hey, these things, hey, we don't know if we're gonna like it, but one thing I will say, give these developers, they're trying to keep things fresh. They're not afraid to try things new. Clap it up for the developers, man. We gotta cloud them up.
Facts. I'll criticize the bad, but I will praise the good. That's a good move in my opinion. That's a good move. Start that skill gap early, because there needs to be a distinction between the top ranks and the lower ranks. It needs people who do not belong in diamond do not need to be in diamond, because too often, what is a lot of the problems that we've always had, right? You get up here, people will stand at spawn. They should have been losing way down there. And when you add that band in there at gold, two things gonna happen. Either they gonna stay down there or be in bronze. But the people who play like them type of people should have never been in diamond. They should have never been in platinum. They should have stayed in silver and gold where they belonged.
I like this. I like that they're changing it to gold because this is going to force a lot of people to learn new characters. One of the reasons why I got really frustrated and I quit, when you get to diamond, you find out it's a lot of one trick ponies. And I heard it doesn't get better when you get to GM and Celestial. But if they lower the band pick rate thing to gold, that means more people are going to have to try to learn new characters. Cause it's a lot of one trick cloak and daggers. A lot of one trick Spider-Mans is going to force you to learn how to play new characters. And if you don't, you might not make it out. And I'm going to be honest, if you can't, you shouldn't be up in the upper ranks anyway. You should not be in diamond above if you can't play at least 2 characters per position.
Facts, because if you can't, what happens when somebody's better than you at that class, at that level? They're better than you, but that's all you can use. you basically hinder the team because of your lack of skill. Because the way ranked is supposed to work is you're supposed to talk to the team. Whoever's the best with whatever is who's supposed to pick what. But okay, you want Wanda? How good are you with Wanda? What's your win rate with Wanda? Well, I win about say 70%. Oh, you good with Hulk? Nah, bro, I go hard with Hulk. Okay, cool. Well, you take Hulk. Who else are you good with? You see what I'm saying? That's how you make a strong team. Whoever's better with the character needs to be using. They don't need to sacrifice using a character who they're better with or better than you with for you to pick them because you're not good with somebody else. That's crazy.
So all you heal bots are gonna have a bad time at season 2. This is making me want to play it now.
Same here. I'm gonna be back on it too. I'm gonna get back on it and give it a shot.
I like this change.
Includes players from Eternity or One Above All. Only dual queuing will be allowed.
Oh, okay. So I guess when it's a full team and you have an Eternity or one of those ranks, you're only allowed to have 2 people from it. You can't have a full team of them. If I'm understanding correctly. I guess we'll find out when it comes up.
Finally, you all know that the score you earn per competitive
Stop Spider-Man before Diamond. Bet.
Individual performance. With the launch of Season 2.0, we will be increasing the weight of individual performances. The better you perform, the more points you will earn in victory.
Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, I'm about to holler at my squad. That's fire. Yeah, I like that. Because that's been a huge problem too. There's been too often you go crazy hard in a match and you get 15, 20 something points. Nah, bro. If you carry the team on your back, took the objective longer than anybody else, got the most healing and kills, bro, you need to be getting like 40, 50 something points. If you stood at spawn, was not active in the game, through the game, this should basically de-rank you. Like you should be kicked out of the rank. That's how strongly I feel about that.
These niggas won't hold me back. I'm tired of dropping 30 bombs and losing. I never played a game so much where I wanted to cry. You drop a 20, 30, or 40 piece and you lose because I'm going 2 and 15. W devs.
Nah, TBH, get good, bro. Because if you get good, you're just supposed to win. You would rank up if you get good. Nah, exactly my point. How the hell you supposed to get good when you got somebody on your team going 2 and 46? Come on, bro. That's exactly what everybody been talking about, especially getting the shut up in my comment section about talking about get good. You ain't get no damn get good, boy. You better understand who the hell you talking to. Like this is the hardcore gaming channel, bro. I don't make up excuses. I get it done, bro. Like what are you talking about?
So now I can put more emphasis on my performance. And I don't think we can win this one, but let me make sure I'm not feeding. Come on, that's a W.
And the fewer.
Oh wait, it said for victory. I heard that wrong. Man, some bullshit.
We will be increasing the weight of individual performances. The better you perform, the more points you will earn in.
You know, I'm gonna still give it a W. I'm gonna still give it a W. Because that means when you do win, if you ball out. Because I know y'all seen in this stream, it was some games where like my head was hurting. I dropped a couple 50 bombs on stream and I felt like I deserved way more points than everybody else. And that gave me like plus 20, literally only one because of me. Like, it's fine. I'll take it.
and the fewer points you will lose in defeat.
Man, too many games I felt like that, man. Too many games. Borderline and MVP, still getting hit for 20, 30 something points. Like, man, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even lose no point. If you carried that team, and because the AI or whatever should be able to read how active you are in game, how much you're moving and what you're doing. Because I know some people, they'll try to just stand back and not do nothing so they don't gain no deaths, but then they not really putting in damage, they're not really getting no kills. So I don't really know how they would factor in that algorithm, but if they do have an algorithm to determine that in the activity and the helpfulness in the game, man, hey, I'm sold on that.
Fewer points. You won't lose a lot of points even if you lose.
We know many of you are.
How we feeling about that, Chad? How we feeling about that?
I completely agree with it, because if you're out there dominating, doing your thing, capturing the objective, playing the game, getting active, you should not be losing no point. Like if you contributed like an insane amount and you still lose, honestly, you shouldn't lose more than 3 to 5 points in my opinion, because that's not fair. It's not fair that you carry and you get dropped down. Who needs to lose the most points? Like what you would have lost, it needs to be tacked on to people who had the worst performance, because evidently they do not belong in the rank they're in. So their punishment should be far more significant if they basically threw the match that bad. If they threw the match, they should get a majority of the punishment of the loss. In my comment section, how many of y'all had a game where somebody will sit there and quit, but you still lose 15, 20 something points? How many games you had where somebody that stood at spawn and make y'all lose, or they don't really play for real and they just standing back and moving just enough so they can't be reported, but they not really helping you? How many times? They should get they should get the heaviest points of the loss to where it borderline deranks them. That would be fair, because y'all didn't lose the game. The game got thrown. There's a difference.
I don't know how I feel about that. That means in theory, it might be easier to just level up. I don't know.
Nah, because it said based on performance, and they did say they started in bands at goal 3. I'm excited to see how this goes. Like I'm ready to see it. Like I am really ready to see it. Like it may actually put me back to the point of wanting to go back to trying to be competitive on it.
South Korea just impeached their president. God, they need to make it to where lose more points if you play bad. You know what? I would take that, Cammy. Like if you lose, you don't lose a lot of points. But if you play really bad, like you go 2-15, you should lose a shit of points.
The crowd has spoken. You know, hopefully they implement that. Because I know we are not the only two that feel that way. Like that was one of the heaviest complaints that I've always heard, even in matches with strangers who deal with crap like that every time.
It should all be performance based. I'm cool with that. See, you got to put a tweet out. Hey, they said at the beginning of this video, they feel a lot of pressure. They are paying attention to social media. That's the type of you got to put on the Reddit and the Twitter. I would that.
Interested in the distribution of players across.
It would encourage everybody to play better.
Tiers. To satisfy your curiosity, please enjoy this detailed histogram that lays it.
That's what they're doing. Did I miss when he said that? Y'all niggas be lying. Y'all be lying. Only 11% of people made it to Grandmaster or higher. But according to everybody in my chat, everybody was Grandmaster.
Nah, because it's possible. Like 11% is a big number. If you got 500,000 some players, 11% of 5,000, you talking about almost 50, 60,000 some people. That's too many. Like that's way too many. That rank system needs a huge adjustment, because that's too many people that are Grandmaster.
Oh no, not according to that chart. Look at that gap from GM to Celestial. Yeah, that shit is real. That's where the skill gap. I'd argue the skill gap actually starts at Celestial.
Facts, because people are still playing like bronzes and diamonds. So yeah, I believe that.
But like Grandmaster doesn't prove anything. This just means you play the game a lot. Yeah, GM, and even still, yeah, GM is still too high. I think it's too many ranks. I feel like Celestial takes away from the name Grandmaster. I feel like it should just be Grandmaster, Celestial, or Eternity, whatever one they want to keep, and then one above all, the top 500. Like that would be cool. I think there's one too many ranks. It takes away from stuff.
Well, no. I take that back. It makes sense because I think they had that many ranks because this guard is basically guard blocks to making the top of the top. Because that makes sense because the very top 2 ranks are the top 3% of the game. So I believe that makes sense. I would leave it like that because the more you gotta climb, the harder it is for you to be at the top of those ranks. Because also keep in mind, let's just say if they cut out 2 of them, then that would make there'd be a lot of grandmasters. So if you don't have a huge league of separation, then it's not gonna matter. But most people, 97% of people did not touch those last 2 ranks. So that's why I was like, I guess I'll give it to them. I agree with that, the way they got it set up.
This is good stuff, though.
In
This is good
closing,
stuff.
thank you all for your unwavering support and passion.
But if you kicked it with your boy this long, I appreciate you hanging with me. Links in the description below like always. And in the meanwhile, I'm out. Have a good one.